I am Sam Ozami, and this is my final project for Intro to Sustainable Development. And I guess the best way to start is that taking a class on sustainable development, you learn that this topic is actually a lot more complicated than you would think, because not only does it cross over with many different fields, including the environmental sciences and econ, and of course policy. The fact of the matter is that sustainable development is actually a pretty vague term, and some people might think that the goals of sustainable development are too broad to actually be applicable in a policy setting. But actually, from historical examples, you see that it is actually possible to use the goals of sustainable development as sort of an ideal that you work towards. So it's not a strict set of rules. It's guidelines, and I think one of the great examples of that. Well, one of the greatest examples would be the ozone hole and how industry and government and public opinion all came together to do something about it. But I prefer to talk about El Nino in this video because the thing with El Nino is it shows you that sustainable development can be a local thing, but it can also be global, because basically the way El Nino works is warm water pools in the Pacific start to move towards the east. So then Peru, which is normally pretty dry, experiences heavy rainfall, and somewhere like Indonesia, which is usually very humid and wet, they suddenly experience a drought. But this is not just in Peru and Indonesia, this is actually a global thing. So it just goes to show you that since sometimes the effects of El Nino can be so catastrophic and just affect so many people around the world in places you'd never even think, it just shows you that following sustainable development as a guideline, nations can come together and figure out a way to really make the world more sustainable and cooperate. And yeah, there are some examples of that, such as index insurance. But really, I think that governments can do better on this front. I feel like there should be a sort of global relief to, help alleviate the effects of something like El Nino. And then once that structure is in place, it can be used for other climate issues, even maybe political or war.